Hello, hello, Legadians. It's been a little while. We're gonna be going Amumu in the jungle. We're gonna be taking a Hunter Talisman. I think that's the first time I've ever said that. Hunter's Talisman. Refillable potion, warding totem. And we're gonna be taking our... Well, we're gonna hold off for a second because we've got a blitzcrank. So, a couple of new things. Recently, I've decided... Oh, I decided that, I'm gonna put my try-hard pants on and try to get... gold status. And I think a lot of us are in that position where we're like, hey, we're pretty decent. We got some moves. Why can't I be gold? Why can't I be next level? But, alright, we're gonna take our our scary face, not our sad face, or our touchy ET finger there, but our angry face. Tantrum. Is that tantrum? It is tantrum. Does that not embody tantrum right there? So one of the things that you notice at higher elos is you can't pull off the same silliness as you could before. And as much as you would like to, like, change, like, oh, I'm gonna play even better Jax, or I'm gonna do that even better, I know what to do. It's just not gonna work out. You need to diversify your champion pool. So, realizing, like, like at this level, when you get close to gold, you're gonna realize that people are gonna punish you. I'm just gonna smite. Let's see if I can make a gank. People are gonna punish you for oh, didn't even need it. People are gonna punish you for picking champions that that counter you, essentially. And what you need to learn is there's some champions that are difficult to counter. I'm gonna head back after this, since I got all that gold from that first kill. Now, how do you figure out what champions can't be countered difficult, like, I guess, not hard countered, but just countered horribly? Alright, do I want to make another route? Yeah. We're gonna get some vision. Check out the map. So, knowing an individual champ is one thing. Knowing the flow of the game is another. So people can, like, do their own thing, and that's fine. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, did they get her? Okay, that's good. As a jungler, you often have to say, hey, you know, the lanes are... If the lane is over this mark, you're like, well, okay, good luck, buddy. You've mitigated the responsibility I had to try to help you. Alright, so we're gonna put a little ward there. There we go. This poor Yas. Ward up for Zed. Lots of wards for Zed. And okay, so what was I saying? Okay. I think I was done with what I was saying. Oh yeah, the champion stuff. So people are gonna, like, if you're good with champion, that's great. Oh! That flash. The young Amumu's coming out. Oh. Oh, the Yasuo. He's doing good work. We followed a little farther. Yasuo was taking advantage of that. Okay, so like I was saying, you may be good with a few champions, but you really have to know more. And you're like, why do I have to know more, Arch? Haven't I figured it all out by now? Well, ooh, ultimate. The ultimate pain. And sadly, no. Sadly, there is more to learn. And why is there more to learn? Is because the developers made it that way. So it's not just boring, same old, same old. The developers realized that, you know, well, you know, maybe it isn't a developer thing. I'm not sure. I'd like to think that it is a developer. No, the way that I spoke about it earlier, it's more like how the players and what they turn the game into, really. All right, 5-10. Gonna snag that dragon. Alright, so really, okay, so what I meant is, like, you know, okay, maybe I can say that. Maybe in a way, players are like developers themselves, you know? I could trudge all the way up top. Bottom lane looks too juicy. Let me get that movement speed buff. Yeah. Alright. Just gonna peace on out. Alright. It's all up to you guys. Oh. Did they get it? Oh, wow. They got it. The Twitch poison. I helped out a lot. Alright, finish my Center Hulk item. Oh, let's get some booties. The king of all wards, people. Uh-oh. Zed's in a bind. But yes. Oh, I'm hurrying. Huh! Oh. Those mechanics. Alright, so now we punish Yasuo. Alright. Hey, there's Zen. Wondered where that guy was. So yeah, so until you learn like those mechanics, the team fighting, the what else? Oh, what is with these guys and their engagements? Oh, you got it, Zed. Oh, that Zed. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, okay, maybe watch yourself, buddy. Watch yourself. Hit, hit. Hit. Ah. Oh, buddy. Don't go crazy there, buddy. It's gonna go crazy. Alright, so, and then, okay, so like I was saying, you gotta know these things. And how do you know these things? Like, how do you, when you check out, like some of the best players, it seems like their reactions are just crazy. Like, crazy reaction times. And their decisions just seem like, oh, of course. Why didn't I ever think of that? But that just takes time. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Looks like she's handling that Quinn pretty good. Oh, what is... Oh. Ward I can take out. And I'll replace one of our own. Okay, and I'm gonna head back. So let's see, what does this team comp say to me? Lucian has the most, so we're gonna go a tanky build. And what's the best way to go tank? Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart is amazing because it applies to everybody. Your attack speed is just reduced so much. And if you really want to see this in action, play Malphite, get Frozen Heart first item, and just look at, and when you do your bash, I think it's your E, when you do this bash into the ground and you have Frozen Heart, people around you, their auto attacks just turn to nothing. Okay, come on, she's gonna take her sweet time to lane.
Let's find some friends.
What? Alright. So, an interesting thing about Quinn there is I wanted to make sure I stayed on this side, like kept her over here. She does that lunge. Oh, okay. She does that lunge thing. Okay, go get it, Zed. There you go. She gets a lunge that if she's in the right position, she can distance herself. Alright. I'm just kind of doing what my teammate wants to do. Which is just fine right now. Get some... What? What was that? Alright. Back to farming. Gonna ping, not like it really matters. Oh. Yeah.
Where are we going?
So here's an example of what I mean. They have a Xin on their team, and a lot of Zins go say to devour. And it's a powerful item. I can't say or there's lots of good things to say about say to devour. But it takes a while to get going. Alright, we're gonna ward this for bottom lane. So we don't even have to like look at what kind of engagement they're getting into. Oh. Okay. Oh, oh. Yep. Ugh. Just stay on this side of her. Aww. Okay. So we should just back out. Here we go. All right. All right. Oh no, oh no, another minion. Alright. So, okay. Actually, I can push this. Alright. So, okay, we're gonna get our Frozen Heart. And we're gonna get this for more resistances versus AD. We're gonna get Renewance Omen. Am I feeling the Renewance Omen? Yes, I am. I'm gonna be so tanky. So yeah, a lot of things to be aware of are only things that you can learn over time. Because it takes such a short I mean the shorter reaction time you do that you make decisions, and then they're good decisions, you know, the better your gameplay is going to be. And those things can only be achieved when Those things can only be achieved when you've got enough games and experience under your belt, and at one point you say, okay, currently something's not working for me. How do I make it? How do I analyze the situation and make it work for me? But that's sort of like the human trying to figure out what the other human's trying to do, so the other human can get the food or the chicken, whatever. All right, let's do a little game item analysis. Been a little while, right? All right, so I'm just getting Frozen Heart AD items that are essentially good for their AD composition. Oh, look, Frozen Heart went great because Quinn went with Water Cutlass going to go into the Blade of the Ruined King. So that would have just really hurt her ability to do autos and crush this item. Zin looks like he was level 8. I didn't feel like he had very much map like, what do you call it? Presence on the map, yeah. But with Sated Devour, well, look, he wasn't even sated. Like, you have to say to yourself, I've got to make the right decisions and farm a lot of my jungle, and Sated Devour is not going to kick in until later. So you really got to make things count. And if you have someone on the other team, now what's interesting about Amumu, you can make plays at level 3, even level 2, and you can still get ganks off them. And he's a late game champion. And whether you go late game damage or late game tank and how your playstyle is, like, it's advantageous to go a character like Amumu, for that reason, because you can get ganks off at level 2 and 3, and guess what? You're still very viable and team fight orientated. You're crazy. But anyway. So, okay, Twitch looks like standard stuff. Phantom Dancer coming from Twits. Phantom Dancer, movement speed. The last champion deals 12% less damage to you. Okay, so this is more of a duelist / team fighting build. Kind of interesting. The Zed is this item. This particular Phantom Dancer, this upgraded one, will reduce your enemy's attack. So it seems the last champion deals 12% less damage to you. So you planning to get into more duels, this seems like the item to get. Zed, it's like pretty standard Zed stuff. Black Cleaver. So yeah, items are fine. In fact, he had a huge item spike because he didn't go for boots, and he didn't go for boots yet, like upgraded boots. And you'll see that more often in the higher elo, I think, maybe, yeah, because of the damage boost of these certain items like Yomu's Black Cleaver are just amazing, and to delay your upgraded boots, and the upgraded boots is just not that fantastic. Even if you're not doing so well in light, it's not good to upgrade those boots just yet. Keep with the brownies. Alioi. Okay, so she was building the Jarm's Fist for health, and this is for Quinn. Warhammer. So these items are fine. It looks like she was going several different build paths, but what you want on Alioi, damage is fine. Health is absolute must. And she was getting some armor, and particularly probably a Frozen Heart, and that's fine. Having 2 Frozen Hearts not bad, especially when you find yourself, you're alone a lot. But this item, I think I know what she was building into a Black Cleaver, but she changed her mind at some point and started building other items. So, if you think that'll help delaying your item, maybe she was having trouble in lane, so she had to go with something that she needed. Or maybe this is a thing. Alright, Blitzcrank, 1, 3, and 10. Looks pretty good. Catalyst, nice item if you're ahead. Boots of mobility, very nice. Get around the map. Get pulling, you gotta make those pulls. Alright, Yasuo. Okay, Yasuo, let's see. He went for his Trinity Force. Now this is interesting. He didn't go for static Shiv. And I wonder if that's because he was behind. Like, I wonder if he thought that I need more survivability, I need more ability to duo the Z, otherwise I won't be very powerful. But however, still static Shiv allows, you to play, you can play the game differently. You don't have to keep getting into duo fights. But maybe it was a situation where he really had to continue doing that, assert your presence kind of thing. But static Shiv is usually the, first item I see go on Yasuo. But I don't know if that was really his problem. Maybe this is a better dueling item. The Quinn, it appears to be standard Quinn stuff. Boots and mobility for moving around the map. Now, unfortunately, like Alioi, her abilities, she's got range attacks and she's a melee juggernaut. So if Quinn tries to all in, even at a ranged, you using all your abilities is not going to kill her. You have you need to scale with Quinn, and without items like her attacks seemingly do nothing. So if you can kite like a madman, which is difficult, to avoid everything, you might have a chance, but Alicoe has so much and then if you try to all in her, she'll use her tentacles, and you gotta avoid those too. So it would have been better if Quinn top went something tanky, so she could offer something to the team fight. If it got to that point, the game never got to team fighting stages. So yeah, Quinn could have picked. I don't think Malphite. Malphite was still in this game, or still he wasn't bannable, and it could have easily synced up with Yasuo. And it's incredible when people if people don't pick a champion that synergizes with Yasuo, because it's a lot of times like an automatic win. But it also depends on how fed Yasuo is. Because if you have Yasuo that can just be deleted because he's been being pooped on in lane, then there's not a whole lot he can do regardless. And without a static Shiv, oh man, you get quite a lot of burst, and you get that critical strike that you need in his build. Although this offers some critical strike, 20%. It's not bad. Alright, see, Lux, she went, okay, okay. She went with these boots of accelerate. These give you 20% movement speed. And I think Lux's power comes out with her ability. You can have larger shields, but she did still go good. She's comparable with Blitzcrank. So this ability is probably the movability is probably great with Lux. So you can avoid Blitzcrank hooks. The Aether Wisp gives you more mobility, and you're gonna be building into a Luden's Echo. So I think I like this. And then she got the upgraded, so she could have a 10. She had more gold per minion that dies by her. So I like this. Although when I see, the movement speed thing, I guess it's necessary because she needed the movement speed. But when I see upgraded boots this early, I feel like there is a cost to that. There's a damage cost to that damage. But perhaps she was doing enough damage. And as a support, maybe you don't want to do that much damage. Alright, their Lucian had a rough time in lane, but, you know, he wasn't totally out of it. I see a lot of Lucians go Essence Reaver for their first item. Oh, let's see, it's the crit. Okay, so it's the cooldown. 20% cooldown reduction. Okay, so gain increasingly more cooldown reduction from critical strikes. And that must go well with his abilities, because his abilities, the more you do his abilities, the more you proc the 2-shot passive, I think it is. And the more you 2-shot the passive, the more you can critical, and on it goes. So I see this a lot with Lucian builds, so this is totally fine. The Xin, he went with upgraded boots. And Xin, this upgraded boost might be fine, but it's a damage reduction. He got his Devour, and he still had to start, well, depending on how you build Xin, you can go Blade of the Rune King next. You can try to get map presence with some wards. I almost always go the green Tracker, I think it is. Tracker's Knife. I almost always go for this. The utility is amazing. And you can ward, and say, okay, I helped you out, lane. Don't look at me if you get ganked. It's such a confident booster for your laners. So whoever gets these, you're like, oh, thanks, dude. Thanks for the ward. It's so amazing. Thanks for warding for me. Alright. Alright. Alright.